there, welcome back. If you're celebrating Easter, I hope you have a happy Easter. If you celebrated Passover, I hope you had a good Passover and got to see family members, even if it was virtual. And if you don't celebrate anything, well, you should just celebrate. It's a nice day outside and just kind of enjoy it. Okay, so today's lesson, I want to talk to you about being a band member. I want to talk to you about some of the rules and guidelines that you should follow. Also, playing with other people that might not be your bandmates, some rules that you might want to follow in jam sessions and things of this nature. There's a number of pieces of information I have here I'm going to share with you. And I've dug on the internet like you guys do, fallen into those YouTube rabbit holes and, found all sorts of stuff. And most of the stuff I try to keep a record of who I got it from or who said it. I've got some things here that I'm not quite sure, and I haven't gone back to Google to get the credits for them, but it's righteous information just the same, and I want to share that with you. Okay, so today's first one I'm going to start with is the 14 rules for being a good bandmate. Bands are really kind of interesting, and they have their own challenges because it's a certain kind of relationship it's simultaneously a friendship, it's a collaboration, it's a partnership, it's a business, and while it might not be as personal or intimate as a romantic relationship, it can be even more complicated. You got more than one person involved. You've got multiple people involved, and everyone's got their ideas how things should go. Everyone's got an opinion. So it's kind of good to have some rules and some guidelines on how you might want to go forward on creating music together. It goes without saying that it is a challenge because of group dynamic, and in order to keep things running smooth, it's good that you have clear direction and you communicate with each other. You talk to each other. It's probably the key to almost anything, communications. Okay, so anyway, here's some rules that you should be thinking about when you are a band member, and this is what will make you a good band member. Okay, number one, know your music. Learn your parts. Go to rehearsal prepared. Know your part inside and out. If you're not sure of a part, at rehearsal is the time to ask about it, but know what you're going into with that. That way you can focus either on the fine details of any dynamics you might be doing or the bigger picture of what the band's going to be doing. Number two, know your role in the band. Are you just a hired gun? Are you supposed to know certain parts from sheet music, and that's what you play and you don't vary on it? Or are you a person that is the spokesperson for the band and is out front talking between songs? Know what you're supposed to be doing. Are you the merch person? Are you the person who's supposed to be making sure that posters have been sent to a venue if that's what your job is? Just know your role in the band. It's very important, and it's very helpful that everybody has a hand in what's going on. Number three, help out. If it's carrying gear in, help out carrying gear. If maybe it's distributing posters or handing out handbills to get people to a gig or putting stuff on social media, maybe you're the merch person. You get to a gig, your job is to set up a table and put t-shirts and CDs or whatever it is out there. Just help out. There's nothing worse than having the drummer make 15 trips in with his kit while the harmonica player is sitting at the bar having a beer after he brought in his harmonica. So help out whenever you can. People do appreciate it. Number four, place equal value on each musician. Even if you're not the front person in the band, you have a role in the band musically, and if you're not there, there's going to be a hole in the band. So everybody has their part that they play musically in the outfit. When you have band meetings and discussions, have everybody involved. Even if somebody's kind of driving the bus in terms of booking the gigs, for instance, or something, it's good that everybody's on the same page and knows what's going on. Number five, be on time. It's important that your place is on time when you're supposed to be there. I mean, everybody's busy. And after a while, it gets old if you're always the one who's coming late. I mean, people are trying to balance the band between maybe that and another band or another job or family life. And if you start flaking out an awful lot and coming in late a lot of things or missing gigs even worse than that, don't be surprised if you're not playing with that outfit anymore. Number six, plan in advance. Schedule your rehearsals and your gigs in advance. If a show is booked and you've committed to it, you got to be there. And if you can't be there, it's got to be a true emergency. It reflects badly on the band. It reflects badly on you if you have to cancel a gig in the 11th hour. Some bands have a calendar, a blackout date, where everybody in the band puts in their days that they can't play. I've got a wedding June 23rd I've got to go to, so I can't play that weekend. Or I've got a commitment out of town with my spouse's family on August 15th. Whatever it is, know well in advance. As soon as you know something's a bad day for you, you got to pass the word on. This is especially true if you play in more than one band. Number 7, do social things together. Hanging out together, it's inevitable. I mean, you don't have to be best friends all the time, but it's good to find time to do things together, whether it's have a little food and drink together, you break some bread, which is always good, or go see another band together. The more you do these things, the better you get to know your bandmates. And the better you know your bandmates, the easier it is to either be on the road with them or on stage. If something's going on, you can read what's going on and you can mend mistakes on the fly. Knowing each other is huge. But part of that comes with the bond of knowing each other because there's certain chemistry that has to happen. Members of a band are essentially members of a family. So if you can do a few social things together, that helps build that bond. Number 8, discuss style. Does your band have a look they're going for? You don't want to be that one person in a band that shows up totally looking like they don't belong. It's like going to a Halloween costume and not having a costume when everyone else does. Whether the band wants to have I just rolled out of bed, grungy kind of look, that's fine if that's what everyone wants to do. Maybe the band wants to have matching outfits. There's places for those, and you need to be on the same page for that. Whether you're dressy or casual or a slob, that's up to you, but the details are important, and your presentation of your music is a presentation of your art. So show that you really care about it on all levels. Number 9, work on your stage presence. Being a musician, you're a performer. Some people get into it more than others, but have some fun with it and enjoy your time being on stage. Of course, there's some butterflies that happen, but get those out of your system. Once you start playing, have fun, show some love to your audience, thank them for being there, smile at people. It's just it's a good environment when people see that the band is enjoying the people and they're having fun on stage. Now, some bands have choreography and some bands have stage acts. I mean, you ever see Springsteen sliding on his knees across the stage with his guitar? You think he just makes it up on the spot? I don't think so. Stage presence is something that people work on. Watch videos, see what the biggies are doing. See who's got the good presence and who's got the chill presence. Number 10, promote. You spend a lot of time learning the music. You've got your act together. Your band is cooking. You're ready to go. You got to let people know you're doing this. You got to invite people. You got to put posters up. You got to do web stuff. You've got to really get the word out there. One of the things that if you've got a list of shows that are coming up, post up your spring tour, your summer tour, however it might be, and let people know where you're going to go. You'd be surprised. You have friends who have friends, and they might show up in different places. One of the things that we used to do when we did a tour is if we were playing, let's say, the World Cafe in Philadelphia, before the show, we'd have handbills. We'd have 10 gigs in a row. Here's our summer tour on the handbill, and we would put them on every single table in the place before people came in. It's a lot of work, but it's not that much work because a couple of those will stick in somebody's pocket or their purse and make their way home, and they might show up in another show. Promote your music. Number 12, speak up. Talk about things. If you got something that's bugging you, bring it up. Don't let it fester inside of you and start creating animosity in the band. It's important that everybody realizes that there's an issue so you can deal with it and move on and not have issues afterwards. Maybe you have a band agreement in some cases. If somebody's writing music in a band, does the whole band get a piece of the pie or just the songwriter? So discuss all that stuff. Speak up if you have concerns. Number 13, reflect. Be willing to learn from your mistakes. After rehearsal, think about or talk about, what worked and what didn't work. If you have thoughts on how you can make things better, that's great, but kind of look back and say, okay, next time I do this, I'm going to do it this way. Music, like life, is an ongoing learning process. 14. Have fun. I mean, you chose this because you love doing it. How many people can say they love doing this? You're a very lucky person. You've got bandmates too who make music with you. This is one of the things I know. My ex-wife used to say, "Have fun" when I was going out to play music. And I always turned back to her and said, "I will. I am. I chose to do this because I have fun when I do it. Make sure you have fun." So there you have it. 14 guidelines for being a good bandmate. Being in a band, a lot of it's about chemistry, and part of that is musical chemistry, and part of that's also just social chemistry. Uh, if you can get both of those working at the same time and make good music, there's nothing like it in the world. Bands don't always last for the same reason. Sometimes the chemistry is not right 100%, and people just don't gel. Uh, I'm fortunate my band's been together over 15 years. We've changed a few people in it, but for the most part, the core of us have been together for a long time, and we kind of know what each other's doing probably before we do it musically, which is really kind of cool. We also know what rubs each other the wrong way about each other, so we kind of avoid going down those roads. So anyway, try to be a good bandmate if you get the opportunity, and try to remember these rules.